Thanks for tuning in. Oh gosh, I'm not an actual YouTuber. Hi guys, welcome back to YouTube. I hope you're doing okay and you're looking after yourselves and looking after each other. The topic I wanted to look at a little bit today in this vlog is on the topic of anxiety, and more specifically, how do we look after ourselves when we're feeling anxious, and what does the Bible say about it? You've all probably heard about anxiety, and whether that be because you have personally experienced it or you know someone who has, and I imagine there's a lot of you who may not have even experienced anxiety before but may now be doing so in this kind of time. So we're going to look at a Bible verse quickly together and see kind of what's it say about anxiety, and also what tips can we take away from it that might help us as when we are feeling anxious. Disclaimer, I'm obviously not going to be able to talk about everything to do with anxiety in 5 minutes, and neither is this verse the only verse that talks about mental health in the Bible, but it'd just be great to talk about it, and hopefully some things you'll be able to take away from today that are quite helpful, either for yourself or maybe for others around you. The verse we're going to be looking at today is from the book of Philippians, and it's chapter 4, verses 4 to 9. It says, "Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. And the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Whatever you have learned or received or heard from me or seen in me, put into practice, and the God of peace will be with you." So the first point I want to make about this verse is that it starts off talking about rejoicing in the Lord always. Rejoicing is more about celebrating God, and that can be done sometimes when you're feeling anxious. So that's why I really encourage you to, we're allowed to go out at the moment of filming this video, we're allowed to go out for our daily walk. Rejoice in his creation, rejoice in who he is. But even when you're at home, we can rejoice in God. So obviously we can do that through reading our Bible, spending time with others, but also just in things that we know are good for us and he is giving back to us, such like sleeping. Sleeping is great, having naps, baking, cooking, reading, all those good things that God has created for us to enjoy. That is part of rejoicing in the Lord. The second point the passage talks about is prayer. This might be an obvious one, but when you're feeling anxious, give it over to God. He is not going to be disappointed with you or angry at you that you are feeling anxious. Actually, he's just going to be so glad that you're bringing it to him. He's a father and he loves you so much. And a bit like any good father, they want to come alongside their children when they're maybe not feeling their best. God created this feeling, this emotion, and it's there for a reason. Anxiety helps us to recognize if something's not quite right. So he is not going to be annoyed at you for bringing something to him that he has actually created. And so it's really important that any time we feel it, that we were able to lift it to God, even if just say, "God, I'm anxious, help me. God, I'm anxious, please bring your peace." And the passage says, the peace which transcends all understanding. So that means that you can be peaceful even when nothing else around you is peaceful. Third point I want to make is about gratefulness. This passage talks about thanksgiving, and it just makes me think of Friends, to be honest. But Thanksgiving is just about being thankful. And I have really seen, especially in my life and in the lives of others, how amazingly powerful gratefulness is in combating anxiety. Usually when we're feeling anxiety, it's because we have fear over something that maybe we can't really control, or maybe we've lost something, or maybe we're actually fighting that comparison. But this passage talks about with thanksgiving. It says you don't need to be anxious because we can be thankful. And there is always something that we can be thankful about. So I'd really encourage you, if you are struggling with your anxiety, but even if you're not, this is a great exercise to do. Write out a list of things you're grateful for, every day maybe. And what the power of that is it stops you from just looking down and looking at the things you're feeling anxious about, but rather lifts your eyes to Jesus, and it reminds you of the things that he has already given you. And even if you feel like you can't look around and see things that you could be grateful for, you can always be grateful that his love is real. The last point I want to talk about is about our thoughts. There's this wonderful bit at the end which I absolutely love, and it says, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Our thoughts control so much of the way we feel and the way we act. So it's really important when we're feeling anxious that we notice what we are thinking about. Are we just focusing on the things that we can't control? Are we focusing on the things that are making us feel scared or worried? And I think Paul, the writer of Philippians, Paul makes that point to actually think about these things, whatever is excellent, whatever is praiseworthy, what is noble, what is true. And it's not about saying suddenly like, oh, everything's going to be 100% okay, nothing's ever going to go wrong, and everything's going to be fantastic. No, we've got to be realistic. Things are hard. But if we just end it with, this is rubbish and it's all awful, that is likely to make us feel not so good. Let's really change it on, this is hard, but I know it will come to an end. This is hard, but God turns things for his good. It changes the way we feel about the situation, and then hopefully maybe even the way we're able to do things. Maybe we feel more motivated to read our Bibles or connect with someone over FaceTime, or, go out for that daily walk that we're allowed to have. So to quickly sum up those 4 things, it's rejoicing in God, whatever that looks like in your situation right now. Praying, keep bringing those things you're anxious about to God, whether it just be your feelings or the situations themselves. Gratefulness is the big antidote to anxiety. Make a list, remember those things, record those things that you're grateful for every day. It doesn't have to be big, it can be really small. And then the last one, looking at your thoughts. So what are you thinking about? And think, actually, is this helping me? Is this healthy for me to think in this way? So I hope that was helpful. I'd love to hear what you thought of today's video. And if you have any suggestions of things that have helped you with your anxiety, leave a comment below and I'd love to have a read of them, and hopefully it will encourage someone else as well. We love you guys so, so much, and we can't wait to see you again soon. Look after yourselves and have a good week. Bye.